She just kind of like at, at least at first shrinks a little under in terms of just shuffles away from him just to retrieve the plant and try to look as small as possible.
Efficiency is key in this job. Please hurry up.
Eh, eh.
He loudly sips his coffee as you come near him.
She is absolutely terrified and tries to just move quickly around him.
Give us
Of
just
course,
a
of
moment,
course.
sir, and we will refresh your drink.
So you're under pressure now to stack these papers and make more coffee more quickly. Now all difficulties will raise by +1 while this guy is here staring at you and giving you anxiety. He makes eye contact, but when you look into his eyes, all you see is, well, nothing staring back. It's not a person, really. It feels like he's just staring, sipping his coffee. Occasionally, you'll notice him turn over his watch to look at it. Go ahead and give me a green thumb roll. Oh, bless you. It's the green thumb roll against a 4, but you managed to smash it completely. Using the plant, you're able to compensate for some of the weight differences that you may need to organize, giving you some breathing room. There are still ticks going off, but nothing immediate right now. The pressure plates are being organized. I'm gonna say, give me a morale roll, Melvin. 4. How do you save the other two from getting stressed out by the presence of this guy just standing here sipping coffee loudly? This could cause workers to collapse under pressure, like kind of very quickly.
Since the bombs aren't in danger of immediately going off, and these two seem to be handling it, right? They seem to be handling it.
Sort of. I mean, the potted plant has certainly taken some of the weight off, no pun intended.
Then she'll like very politely chit chat to this man, like because there's a water cooler in here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll just do water cooler talk, like how was your day? And just like keep him.
When you chit chat with him, he says, "I'm doing great. I'm just here drinking my coffee, waiting for it to get warm again. A lot that I like about working in this office. I think that it's one of the best jobs I've ever had in my entire life. I see that your friends are having a little bit of difficulty with that work that they're doing. Sure would be a shame if they were to get exploited."
Oh, well, as you know, interns have a way to go before they can truly be productive in the company, but that's what the training is for.
As you're talking, like in the middle of your talking, he starts loudly sipping his coffee. Give me a morale check again. If you can invoke, but his rudeness and the fact that he's just loudly sipping coffee as you're trying to talk grates your nerves, giving you mental stress.
Okay, I'll take that because it's very in character, and her eyebrow will slightly twitch. Yes, well, would you like me to refill that for you? Or rewarm it?
Could you? That would be just downright nice of you to do. I could use a fresh coffee in my coop.
Then you could more efficiently return to work. Where is it that you are currently stationed that I may return your cup to you?
Oh, I'm between jobs right now, positions. I'm a transitional worker. You could say that I am on swine shift. We haven't met. Would you like my card?
What did you say your name was?
It's right here on my card. He produces a paper card. Would you like to read my card? What my name is?
So what's the name on that card?
Do you take the card?
No, I just read it.
You can't read it. It's flipped over in such a way. He's holding it in such a way that you can't see what the name is without taking it.
I do not take this card.
You don't take the card?
Yeah.
Even though he's offered you the card?
Was your name Marvin by any chance?
Once you refuse to take his card, you see his smile just drop, and the cup of coffee falls out of his hand and shatters on the floor.
Can I attempt to catch the cup of coffee?
Sure, I guess if you want. Welfare check. I mean, you can succeed with a consequence to catch it.
Yeah,
or
sure.
You can let it fall. Okay, if you go to catch it quickly, you notice that he dropped it in such a way that it was near enough to that desk, or it was at such an angle that you bumped the desk a little. when you go to catch
Wow.
it, causing some of the papers to shift a little, and again starting the faster countdowns of the little pressure plate bombs. You've caught the coffee and kept it from spilling everywhere, but when you look up, that man is gone.
Oh, good, Marvin.
There is something else, of course. You notice that as your friends are quickly trying to shuffle through the papers to get them in the right place, there is a business card that gets lost amongst the pile of papers.
Oh no.
It is the same size as the bombs. It is card sized.
I suppose I will go back to help sorting. I can use the cup of coffee to help distribute weight.
You could. You see the coffee and kind of like the little bump and what happened there, Nermal. Give me a maintenance check.
I'll fake point that.
Okay. This is to realize something, like kind of part of your job and your training. What would you like to invoke?
Yeah, shadow maintenance.
As a member of the shadow maintenance team, you know that paper is heavier when it's wet, and there's a water cooler inside of this room. You know that because some of the coffee spills a little bit on some of the paper. It just clicks in your head.
We can make the paper. The paper. We could make the paper wet and make it heavier.
But is that against protocol?
I don't know.
This is the question then. You can choose to make the papers wet as a way to get all of the weight evenly distributed. Or you can stick the protocol and not wet down any of those papers. Which one will you guys do? Otherwise, you may end up being here shuffling. Of course, there are other solutions that are possible.
Is there anything on the papers?
Yeah.
But,
It's a lot of tax information. Yeah, real estate information, stuff like that.
These papers need to be readable.
Okay.
Are there other?
So you're not going to wet the paper. Yeah, what's up?
Are there other items in the room?
Just the desk that doesn't really have anything inside of any of the drawers. Water
Can
cooler,
I remove the
you've already
drawers?
used. Sure, you could remove them. It's going to require some you want to get them actually out of the housing or whatever, or pull them off the rails.
Yeah.
Okay, but breaking corporate property may be against the rules as well.
Does it?
You can.
Would it break?
Yeah, you're gonna have to break them to get them off the rails.
Do we have stands, right?
If you want to manifest your stand right now, sure.
Yeah, can we just gently press our stand's hands on the paper to the right way?
Sure. If you have a stand that is like that, obviously the whale wouldn't be able to, but
He
you can
has
use your
a
stand to
flipper.
press down on the paper.
Just a giant whale with a little flipper.
No, that
Tiny
wouldn't
flipper,
work.
yeah. So you want to use your stand to temporarily. It's going to require your concentration to do this, but you can have your stand maintain proper weight pressure upon 2 of the stacks, I'll say.
Okay.
And even if you all used yours, it would still only be 6 of the stacks, unless you want to try to play Twister, which is a little bit difficult, and especially with a whale.
But we also have one potted plant, at least until one of us could go get, I don't know, coffee cups from the break room or something.
So with your collective use of stands, items, and just organizational skills, you have kept 19 out of the 30 stacks from detonating currently. That's
Oh
something
no,
you have
there's
under
so
control.
many.
There's still quite a few that are still out of control. 11 more to be exact. They are ticking, and time is running down.
Okay, but I see that at least one other person has a stand, I would assume. But the janitor hasn't brought out his whale, I would also assume.
No, probably not.
Do any of you have something useful? We don't have time to think on this.
My stand just cleans, eats. I can't. No.
Not really.
Well, I think you guys have struggled with this for long enough. So now I'm going to just offer to give the game-changing inspiration that often happens in shonen anime. Who wants it, basically? You can pay 1 fate point. No, you can pay 2 fate points, basically, for this.
I'll take that deal.
You realize suddenly, in a flash of inspiration, none of the bombs were ticking when you came into the room.
Yeah. Okay.
Which means if you put them in the exact same order as where you found them, the bombs will be all disarmed.
Oh my god.
Yup. Welcome to the corporate world.
God. She suddenly it's just like, oh, and immediately
What?
just starts rearranging everything back to the way it was. Like, in a speedy flash.
You have 3 approaches. To get this done in a way that is like kind of a flurry of movement, after all the different things you've moved around and shuffled, you're going to need to, one of you needs to win in a clash against the papers, which requires paying a fate point to do. So you can do it and spend your remaining fate point, or one of your comrades can spend a fate point and attempt to clash. Or the stack of papers have a passive opposition of +2.
I'll clash, I guess. No.
Oh, so you go to clash the papers to try to put them back into place, and then as you're doing it, one of the small bomb charges flips up over your head and lands in the back of your collar. Now you can add a consequence to your sheet that you have. You are bombed, basically, or you are trapped. Now your sudden movements may cause you to explode. The papers remain unorganized. So you went to go organize it. You've like maybe opened the path towards like getting the papers properly organized according to the old order that they were in. You also have a bomb on you right now, so you have to keep your collar pressed against your body at a certain amount of pressure, or that thing's gonna go off until they can get this organized and get that bomb back to where it needs to be, shuffled back into the pile. You're in trouble.
Nermal is holding incredibly still, but he's also quietly screaming, just continuously.
Give me a disenchanted roll. The sweat on your body is starting to cause the bomb to slip a little, but it hasn't fallen down yet. It could any moment.
He's screaming. I have to fix that. That's a morale problem. Is there a way to make him calm down so he can hold this better?
You can try to roll to create advantage, sure. Actually, what does your stand do?
It makes people laugh uncontrollably, or like
if you made them laugh,
or do things like with a smile on their face creepily, like
if you make Nermal double over with laughter and giggle uncontrollably, he may be able to press his body tight enough against the bomb to keep it from going off and slipping down. Give me a morale roll. This is to create an advantage. Yeah, you're able to get him to not be so nervous and hold more tightly against the bomb with his collar. But he can't get it together, basically, to get an advantage on his next organizational attempt. Yeah, now he's just laughing, but at least he's not going to explode. You can try to clash with your remaining fate point if you'd like.
She probably feels like she will, because it's just like, oh Jesus, this thing is gonna just completely fall.
And during any time like this, you guys have, we'll say, room for 2 different stunts if you want to create one on the fly.
Oh, I did think of one where it's like with like a completely stressful situation where she has an opportunity to shine. She maybe gets a +1 to roll.
Sure, that's fine. Under stress, you get a +1. Although, we'll have to be pretty strict about what counts as stress here. In this case, this counts. What are you using your green thumbs? Oh, you're rolling all yours, right? All your approaches for the clash. Oh, you succeed barely, but you do. It would have been close if you had rolled a 2 on that. You wouldn't have been able to do it. Paying your final fate point, you get that fate point back, obviously, and you get to inflict 1 consequence upon the stack of papers. I can guess what that consequence will be. Disarmed, for example.
Yes, disarmed.
The bombs are disarmed within the stack of papers. You've finally done it with a flurry and a flourish of your genius. You're able to bloom on the battlefield of office organization. Using your inspiration, you've done it. You've disarmed the bombs. All 29 of the bombs inside of those stacks. There is the matter of the 1 bomb that isn't there, however. And now that you've organized all the papers according to how they should have been, it's actually really hard to tell where Nermal's bomb should go.
Oh no.
Nermal.
Is there a window in here?
There isn't.
No.
Nermal, you're laughing, but you know deep down inside there's a bomb strapped to you right now.
No, he's laughing and crying.
Oh no.
Oh no.
For the rest of you, he's just a coworker and you barely know him. You don't have any deep connections to Nermal. He's just a guy that is the janitor, and right now this is perhaps the riskiest bomb disarmament or handling you can think of. Doing this task means putting yourself at risk and these papers, possibly breaking protocol and causing all of you to get souped for not being able to just complete such a simple task. Will you put your lives on the line for just a lowly janitor guy like this, a maintenance and grounds guy?
This is a teamwork exercise, of course. Plus, for this to be done so inefficiently and only like halfway done. I can't uncomplete a job. She hates leaving it as it is. So yeah, she's helping, but for corporate reasons.
As much as Ellie thinks it might be better to just cut her losses, at the same time, she does remember that they said this was a team effort. So if one member perhaps is even remotely squished by a bomb, then that puts them all at danger anyways. So she feels like it's better to do this now and have a chance at least, succeeding at disarming this bomb or whatever.
Okay. Then I will tell you exactly how you can save Normal right now. In the stack of papers that both of you can see that there is one stack in particular that has a business card sticking out slightly from the stack. In order to get the card in and keep place of where exactly that is, in order to make this trade optimal and without anything exploding and do it quickly, you will have to take that business card and you will have to replace it with this bomb. One of you has to take the card to save Normal's life.
Ellie will step forward.
Ellie, you step forward to take that card. Put your hands towards the business card so that you can make this swap. The words of the shareholders resonate within your head.
Do not take the card. Mind-blowing schedules evolve into a goal. A hit follows through on the issue of the cutting-edge environments. Testing hits ensure a key player. Soup.
This could be your end if you take that card. The closer your fingers get to that card, the more dread can fill you. This is the card of Marvin. Will you take Marvin's card, knowing this, knowing that you may be doomed? You may be soup.
She will take the card.
You take the card, and I would assume quickly swap it, like grabbing the card out of Normal's collar and putting it into the stack.
Yes.
Then you do so. You put the bomb into the stack, and you are left holding a simple white card, but you're able to read it. The moment you read those words on the other side of the card, your heart just pulses, and you can feel sort of this great echo in your head. Marvin Leeds, Headhunter. It's a crushing weight that comes from that name. This is a name you shouldn't even be reading. It's a person you shouldn't even know. And yet, it's hard to deny. This is a very well-made card. The stock on which it's printed is a bold choice. The ink is fresh. And, of course, everything is very tastefully organized. Marvin has very good taste in business cards. You have no more fate points back, so you cannot deny the compulsion to put that card away on your person. Of course, you don't have any clothes, so you have to hide it in your hair. That is your only option. This card is so nice.
Wait, can one of us take it?
Nope, it's too late. She has... I mean, you could snatch it off her, I guess.
I don't mean to reverse the fact that she's read it, but just take it from her.
I will say if one of these other people read this card, they will be similar. They will be doomed as well. You know that. You're holding the card. This is a cursed item. This card is cursed. So your sacrifice will be in vain if one of these other people try to take that card. I'm going to say that. You know that, Ellie, just in your head.
She will probably accept the resignation with which she has doomed herself and probably quickly try to dodge away from an attempted snatch and put it in her hair somewhere.
You can roll against each other.
Okay.
You have one fate point back, by the way, Ellie. You would roll probably your +2s against one another is what you would want to do. So Melancholy versus Disenchanted.
Normal snatches the card from her hands, and he would like to feed it to his stand. The sort of like a 10x4 section of the floor just sort of goes downward. It's like a springboard or something like that. And at the bottom of the incline is just a big whale mouth. And he sort of flicks the card into the pit. And I imagine it doesn't go straight down. It kind of like waves through the air a little bit and then lands in the pit and slides into the mouth.
Give me a sorting roll real quick. Holy moly.
Oh no!
Then you have no idea what the fuck has happened or what's changed. Something's off to you, though. Something happened while you guys were all like scrambling, doing all this organization. Something very weird has happened. You just don't know what. You've gotten rid of the card at least.
Normal says, there, now now no one could say you took it because it's gone. It's gone forever. It's gone. It's gone.
Good job, lad.
She just looks devastated.
What, were you expecting to keep it?
No, but I've already seen what's on it.
Oh, I wouldn't say that out loud very, in any proper company. She pauses and looks around nervously.
Never admit it, and if it's not on camera, they can't prove it. Nope, can't prove it.
Very
I guess so. She kind of brightens up a little bit. Maybe.
Nobody noticed.
Definitely not.
We simply sorted it into the trash. Now then.
As you guys are trying to sort yourself out through all this like just madness with the paperwork, someone is walking through the halls of this little corporate training center. Someone that you know, sort of. You've held his business card, and he is not holding his business card right now. He is holding a few papers that he stole from those stacks, and he is folding them in his hands, organizing them, pulling them over, folding them again, making something until finally he's holding a gun, and he takes a few more pieces of paper and starts to roll and fold those into bullets and load them into a paper magazine. He slides into his paper pistol. He walks into the coffee room where somebody is making coffee and says, "Hey there, champ. How's the weather?" The person turns around and says, "What?" But it's too late. Marvin pulls the trigger on his paper gun and fires a bullet right through the man's heart.